Hey everybody, a little while ago I made a video on the Milwaukee M12 Hatchet, which is a pretty awesome little chainsaw, which is really a pruning saw, but I'm using it for doing trail maintenance in the woods, and it's pretty good, except the original 4-amp-hour battery that came with it wasn't great. I would run out of battery, so I had to go buy a second battery, and I bought a 6-amp-hour battery. So in the video that I made on this saw, I complained that I wish they had made it so that I could use an M18 battery, because I have a ton of Milwaukee tools, and every single one of these, including my lawnmower, take M18 batteries, and I have a whole slew of M18 batteries. Unfortunately, this saw uses the M12 battery. It comes with a 4.0 battery. So that was my chief complaint with this. I do have some others, but I'll get into them later. So Milwaukee just came out with an M18 version of the same saw, except for, I believe the blade is 8 inches instead of 6 inches, and it takes M18 batteries. So if I take a 6.0 M18 battery, plug it in here, I'm good to go. Let's go out and do some experiments with both saws. I have found this one a little bit weak, stalls out a lot, cutting bigger things, and this one, we'll see how it works. Okay, there's the 3 saws that I own, all Milwaukee. Here's the setup I have. I'm going to chop up all these branches. I'm going to alternate saws. So this is the M12 with the fresh battery just out of the house. See, it's stalled out. Here's the M18 version. Wow, big difference. There's no comparison in speed. So now I'm going to try on a little bit thicker log. You can control the speed on all of these saws and run them really slow or really fast. So hopefully you can see this, but the original M12 saw has this button you have to push in order to operate the saw. I can't pull on this and have anything happen. I have to push this in and then pull on that. And what I have to do is push it in with this finger and pull with this finger, which I don't like. The new saw has a lever you push down, and I can and there's a lever on both sides of this. So I can push this with my thumb and use my index finger to operate the saw, which is way better. I found it very difficult to push this side in with my thumb and then operate this. I can barely push this in with my thumb, but I can easily hold this down with my thumb and operate the saw. So that's a big design improvement. Another thing I didn't like about the original was the oil reservoir was quite small. And by the way, there's a bunch of saws out there, and some of them, a friend of mine has a mini steel pruning saw. The blade is only 4 inches long, and the chain is not self-oiling. So that is huge. Let's pour some oil in here and see how much I can get in. Okay, not a big reservoir, but I think it's bigger than the other one. Okay, one thing with this guard is it's got some shape to it, which is going to make it less easy to store. One day I got to spray these orange or something because I keep losing these in the woods. I'm not sure why it's shaped like that. This is much harder to put on than the other one. And it goes way over to here. So let's see how much oil I can put in here. There's already some in here. That is pretty full. I don't think I want to add oil to here because it just constantly overflows. And let's see how easy this is to put on. Much easier, but it is old, so who knows. Another thing is when you want to tighten the chain, like, that's not bad, but if I did, I'd have to loosen this and then tighten that. And they give you a little tool on the bottom here, which is pretty easy to remove on the M12. Let's see how it is on the M18 Hatchet. Oh my god, that's quite a bit harder. but at least it's doable by hand. My full-size M18 saw has something here which I cannot get out by hand. I always have to get a stick in the woods and pry it out like that because it's just too tight. It's good that this can be removed by hand, although it sure is hard. Let's see how long these are. And this one, with a pretty substantial battery, 21.5 inches long. The M12 version, 18 inches long. Is about 3 inches longer than the old one, which might be a problem. Let me go get my backpack. Okay, I like to ride my bike in the woods and carry the saw along, and this saw fits quite nicely in the backpack. This saw is going to just barely fit in the backpack. So that's good. I was worried this was going to stick out and be hitting me in the back of the helmet. See if I can actually zip it up. Oh yeah, fantastic. It is heavier though. Let's see how heavy this is. I'm going to take the batteries off. The M18 batteries are definitely heavier than the other ones. Oh, this is another thing. These M18 batteries are fantastic for two reasons. You have a fuel gauge here. Hopefully you can see that. I push the button, it tells me how full the battery is, and I just squeeze these two things and the battery comes off. The M12 one, there's a battery indicator here, but you have to actually run the saw. And I have to take the guard off, press the button, run the saw, and I see I have 3 bars. I've never seen 4 bars. I don't know why. This battery was fully charged. So I'm going to take this battery out, and that's another thing. These M12 batteries are a royal pain in the ass to get out. You have to squeeze this together to get them out, and it's really uncomfortable because my thumb is on the edge of this. This is sharp, not sharp, but it's square, and when I'm squeezing with my thumb and trying to pull the battery out, a lot of times my here hits here. And that's another reason why I don't like the M12 batteries. Okay, let's get a weight on this. Okay, the M12 weighs 3 pounds 15 ounces. The M18 version has this nice hook, which I will use, and it weighs 5 pounds 2 ounces. With battery, 4 pounds 15 ounces. And this is a pretty substantial battery. And again, I'm going to, by the way, when you're operating this, you can actually hold on to the handle, or you can just use it one-handed. Seems safe either way. 7 pounds 8 ounces. So almost about 2.5 pounds heavier with the battery, which is going to be an arm workout when I carry this through the woods. Another thing about having an M12 battery is I need a whole separate charger from my M18 charger. And this rapid charger definitely charges batteries faster than this. So I guess I didn't record a conclusion yesterday, but here's the conclusion. The M18 Hatchet is awesome. It's way better than the M12 Hatchet. Thanks for watching, and subscribe. Oh, are you still here? I'm going to cut up the rest of this stuff with the, not that one, with the new saw, the M18. Up.